This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Okay, so this is Jay Reed. This is one of the guys in the video where Wack 100 and Loose Cannon, well, Loose Cannon really does the jumping of this guy, Jay Reed, and another man that this guy was with. And they were invited down there by Loose Cannon Wack 100 because they were trying to do business for their network. They were trying to sign them to their network and become partners, content partners. So Loose Cannon and Wack 100 invited him down, and they were supposed to show some spreadsheets and show some details on some stuff. And Loose Cannon actually did time with Jay Reed, and they were friends. And, you know, Jay Reed talks about how Loose Cannon, who all of a sudden now is like a big U enforcer and a wolf, you know, as Wack 100 proclaims. But Jay Reed says, nah, he was a comedian in jail, and he even tried to fake like he was the producer, Don Cannon, that's down with, that's from Atlanta. That's down with DJ Drama, right? And I was like, oh, okay, so Loose Cannon is a clown, like we thought he was. He comes off as a clown. But there's so many characters in the gangland, as we call it in LA, right? There's a lot of characters, and I don't mean like clown characters. I mean, there's just a lot of people that are, you know, there's people like Top and I don't know, I guess you could put Wack 100 in there, but there's people like Top, Big U, you know, people that are connected, you know? And there's a lot of these people. You just don't know them all because they're not all in the entertainment business. And they were trying to portray like Loose Cannon was one of these guys down with Big U, and then he decided not to mess with Big U anymore. And, you know, Loose Cannon gives all these reasons. It's just a clown behavior. You know, this social media and everything has, I would have to say, it really took away from what was the streets in LA and everywhere else. You know, it's like everyone wants to be a content creator now. So anyways, they end up jumping this guy because they disagree with something, and this guy was just trying to do business. So he's on here, and he does cry a little bit, but there's nothing wrong with that because I'm sure this guy's done time. He's in his 50s, right? And he doesn't want to be dealing with street stuff anymore. So he's like, you know, why does it always come back to this? And, you know, and shout out to Compton Rick Rock. Make sure you go watch his interview. I'm not going to like play any of it or anything. I really did this to advertise Compton Rick Rock TV interview. Rick Rock did a great job interviewing this guy, and he says, hey man, unfortunately, you know, the streets don't love you. They don't love anybody, and you can't turn your back on that, and you made a mistake. And he kept it real with him, respectfully. You know, he kept it real with him. It let him get his story out there. And Wack and Loose Cannon are clowns for this. There was no threat whatsoever. And I think that's why Adam is distancing himself from Wack 100 now, because it's like Wack's out of hand. Wack's been desperate the past couple weeks to hold on to whatever. He hasn't been able to chill. He's been trying to run up numbers, saying he had Gunna snitching on tape when it was really Yak Gotti. He's made that mistake multiple times. He's calling certain people out with not having all the information. He's saying he got tapes of this and that. He's got the tape to prove Tory Lanez is innocent and then never comes out. It's just a bunch of clown behavior, man. I'm sure Wack 100... I'm not saying Loose Cannon and Wack 100 are clown. Are soft. You know, but I'm just saying you could still be a tough guy and be a clown. You know that, right? Like, picture the bully in school when you're in elementary school or high school that takes people's, you know, whatever, takes their books or whatever they got, iPod, you know, whatever they took, right? It's really a clown. You got no problem with this person. That's what Wack 100 is trying to be in real life as a 50-year-old man, you know? Nah. So anyways... you know, and some of the things Wack says is on point, and he's been on point before, and he should stick more to being that person than chasing the next, than being the guy, being like Tekashi of the street dudes, if that makes any sense, you know? I'm not saying this to. I just don't like that situation now. Now that we have clarity on the situation, it's like, okay, there was no threat or anything. This was clown behavior. Dame Dash calls out Kevin Hart for never helping him, despite being worth $450 million, and Dame Dash putting him in his first movie. Dame, you really got yourself in this situation. I mean, does Kevin Hart have to give him money, or I don't know. Dame's the type of person, I think, that he didn't deserve what happened to him with Jay-Z and everything, right? But he kind of invited it at the same time, being so, cocky, and arrogant, back then. And it's hard to, if he was to get all this money now and have all his problems go away, he might just become a monster. I don't know. Dame Dash is coming off as a crybaby. That's all I gotta say. And if they're gonna auction his chains off now, I'm sure he's sleeping with his chains now, so they don't get repossessed. Because he still has to settle this debt with those film guys. I thought it was settled when they sold 1/3 of Rockefeller. I guess that just settled child support that he has. So I don't know, man. Young Thug talks about in a new snippet he'll never associate with a rat. He doesn't really call out Gunna per se. Now Gunna, along with Unfunk, who is Young Thug's brother, right, took this plea deal that stated that YSL was. They had to state that YSL was a gang, right? They didn't have to admit anything and this and that. They just had to admit that and da-da-da-da-da, right? When I don't care what you guys say in the comments, Young Thug also took a plea deal and had to admit certain things. A plea deal is admitting wrongdoing. Okay, that's what it is. It's a L. You lost, okay? It's a win because you get to go back to your family. But you lost. You didn't fight to the end. I'm not saying he has to. I'm just saying, giving you the facts, okay? I'm glad Young Thug's home, back with his family. But he admitted to wrongdoing. Yeah, maybe he didn't get up in the stand and say YSL's a gang, but admitting to the wrongdoing he did, it implies that YSL is a gang. You can want to see it. You could not want to see it. I don't care. The facts are the facts. So for Young Thug to be coming at Gunna the way he is, lets me think that Gunna had a temper tantrum when they all got locked up, because think about it, he was just the artist, right? And I think he said some things to Young Thug that Young Thug looked at him differently forever. Didn't even have to be any snitching or anything. All I had to be was something that hurt Young Thug's feelings. Like, I thought you were my brother. I thought we would go through this. Gunna's probably like, yo, you got me into this mess because you couldn't leave the streets alone. Couldn't leave Lucci alone. You couldn't leave this alone. You had to keep going. You had to keep doing this. We had to keep associating with all these people doing whatever, and look, we're in jail now. You rap, become legit. Yet, you trick yourself out the street. You gave them, what they wanted, meaning the DA and everybody. I think he's picking the wrong person to back. Young Thug should have came out of jail like Vibes Cartel did. No grudges, nothing. Start fresh. Be about business. Value your freedom and want to win. Yet Young Thug wants to go associate with Lil Baby, who knows? He could have a pending case going on. Just because he dropped 4 pockets full, right? Or whatever it is, 4P, whatever, 4 pockets, whatever. And he made it another name and got rid of the gang stuff. Doesn't mean it's gone forever. He was associated. A lot of his guys were criminals, right? I mean, There was a guy taken out on the highway that was, what was it? It was something with 21 Savage's guy passed away or something like that. Or was it Marlo got taken out? Yeah, Little Baby was, yeah. Little Baby's guy got taken out on the highway. And supposedly 21 Savage's guys did it. Remember that? There's a lot of stuff that could be, the feds could be having the tuck to bring a case. I would rather, if I was Young Thug, I would rather associate with Gunna, who's winning, right? Little Baby's on his way out at the moment, unless he can catch one. He hasn't been able to catch one for years. Gunna is now, it just had a song hit 1 billion streams that he dropped 2 years ago, right? Or was it a year ago? Anyways, picking the wrong person to get behind. Paulos. Then we got Cameron and Mace going at Elliot Wilson because Elliot Wilson was hating on them. He says, we're here now. We're the new source. Deal with it. And they shouted out everyone that did help them in the beginning of their career in sports. Even Drake liked the comment from Cameron saying, time is up. Elliot Wilson, you're out of here. Gary Owens trolls Hurricane Chris, for coming at 50 Cent, saying, oh, you're coming at 50 for, how dare you come to Shreveport and want to be safe with police around and end up alive. It's true. It was, Hurricane Chris was tripping on that. And then a judge does grant Jay-Z's lawyer request to file a dismissal for the case against Jane Doe, and it will probably go through. It's a stupid case. Anyways, that's it for now. I'll be back in a minute. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. I smashed that like button. I appreciate you guys. And hope you guys are having a beautiful beginning to your new year. Peace. Beautiful.